Now, China's economy is continuing its upward curve, but some are questioning its actual underlying strength despite the good figures. Now, the World Bank's raised its forecast for China's GDP growth to an impressive 8.4% this year. When the financial crisis unraveled last year, Beijing moved quickly to stop the export-based economy from grinding to a halt by pledging about $585 billion in stimulus spending. Some was allocated to encourage social development and domestic spending. So rural residents received up to 17% rebates for white goods like televisions and refrigerators. But more than one-third of the funds, about $220 billion, are going into roads and other infrastructure. This includes $200 billion on a railway spanning the entire country. Now, the government acknowledged the massive stimulus would help China reach its target of 8% GDP growth this year. Some analysts are expecting 2010 to surpass this as demand for Chinese exports bounces back. But doubts remain over whether such strong growth can be sustained by government spending alone. Melissa Chan reports now from a town in Inner Mongolia where gleaming buildings built with government money stand empty.
Welcome to the city of Ordos, a city of the future. Brand new and built in just 5 years and meant for 1 million residents. But no one's moved in. The city stands empty.
The cost of housing is high here. We would like to move here, but the prices are too high. Maybe later.
Most of the people here are the construction workers and some old people.
Ordos was a government idea, an infrastructure project taken to its limits. The motivation was likely GDP, gross domestic product, an estimate of a country's economic activity. So one major way a government can raise its GDP is to spend more. The more China builds, the more its economic activity increases and the higher its GDP.
Who wants to be the mayor who reports that he didn't get 8% GDP growth this year? Right? Nobody wants to come forward with that. So the incentives in the system are to build. And if that's the easiest way to achieve that growth, then you build.
So local officials here built. Empty homes, new and neat. Block after block.
They tell us that almost every single one of these apartment units have been sold, but no one is living in any of them. And that's because most of the buyers are holding these as investments.
Nobody's ever really lost money in real estate in China. Not on a consistent basis. And so people look at that as a very safe investment. And in fact, they don't really look at it as a place to live anymore. They're looking at it as a place where they can put their cash.
The reason there is so much money here, Ordos's overnight millionaires, rich from massive coal deposits, this place has been described as China's Texas. Not very long ago, the people here lived in tents, nomads bordering the country of Mongolia. Today, Ordos claims to have the second highest per capita income in China, after Shanghai. This is also Ordos, the old city, the real city 30 kilometers away, the one the government decided wasn't good enough. The people here are meant to move to the brand new, modern Ordos, but you can't really move to a city where there's no economy.
At the moment, there's no one there, but yes, the plan will be to open a restaurant.
So the new city waits for life and activity. It is all ready for that one day. Melissa Chan, Al Jazeera, Ordos, China.